All right, y'all. Future expands his empire with the debut of Sensational, a sensual new fragrance for the ladies. Now, if you look at the spelling of sensational, it's not traditionally spelled. It's intentionally spelled SIN to emphasize sin, and then the sational, which is very interesting. Not surprising, but very interesting. You know what was surprising, though? What was extremely surprising, and I didn't even know this. Maybe you knew this. I had no idea. But Future's business partner, who is also his mother, who is also his agent, she said she wanted to create a fragrant. I went a little French there. I couldn't finish it though. I wanted to create a fragrance that embodies everything women are: powerful, courageous, and radiant. So listen, I know mamas are off limits, but Future, this is your business partner, this is your agent, this is your mama, and she helps you lead on this new product development called Sensational, right? And you said that you wanted to create a fragrance that embodies everything that women are: powerful, courageous, and radiant. So you call it Sensational. Is that your view of women? I don't know. Just make it make sense to me. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it. And also, Mama Future, you got Philippians 4:13 in your bio. You got Philippians 4:13 in your bio talking about some sensational for the ladies. You could do all things through Christ who strengthens you, right? I don't think that's what Paul was talking about when he was in prison, talking about how he's experienced ups and downs and he's had a lot and he has had nothing and now he's literally in prison, but now he understands that he can do all things through Christ. I don't think sensational is what he was talking about, Mama Future. But once again, I'm not surprised. You know what I also found very interesting? This is a clip of an interview from Mama Future. And I'm not making this whole video just to bash on Future's mama. She's happens to be associated by way of being the business partner and also by way of being one of the individuals that was leading this project to call this perfume Sensational. They actually purchased. See, this is what gets me. They actually purchased the patent in 2020. So they've been working on this since 2020. So they purchased the patent for the name, I'm assuming. Or is that, no, not the patent. I don't think the name would fall on, I guess it could, but I think that's typically a trademark is what the name. Oh, no. They did both. They did both. So they trademarked the name Sensational back in 2020. Philippians 4:13. Anyway, this is just a super quick clip that I want to play. Super quick. Let's go. If it will play. Now it doesn't want to play. Let me reload it. Where are we at? 39 seconds. Okay, here we go.
She's Future's mom.
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right. Always representing.
Always represent. Now,
Yes.
what we got to ask you is, how is it being Future's mother?
It's just a blessing. It's just a blessing to just have a son that is just so blessed.
Mm-hmm.
It's a blessing to have a son that's so blessed. Is your son really blessed? Is the question. He got a lot of money. He got a lot of baby mamas. He got a lot of side pieces. He got a lot of whips. He got a lot of cars. Got a lot of chains. Got a lot of homes. I'm assuming, right? Is that the measure of what it means to be blessed? Yes or no? This is not a rhetorical question. I want you to say yes or no in the comments. And then tell me why. But according to Mama Future, that's a measure to be blessed. It's based on how much physical stuff that you have. Because one thing I know for sure is Future ain't never said nothing about God. Aside from the fact that where he said that he's a God here on earth. That's the only thing I've ever heard Future say about God, is that he's a God here on earth. Do you remember this? This is, hold on. I can't play the actual video, but I could show this to you. I could show you the lyrics. I can show you the lyrics. I can show you what he said. I can show you what he said. He says, some, you think an N like me give a F about pew pew up in a church. I got to take this up with God because I'm a God on earth. But it's a blessing, right? I'm just saying, if you walk up into church, right? Imagine you go to church and, a pastor come up to you or whatever, somebody come up to you and it's like, yo, what's been going on? How's business? And you respond, oh, we just launched a new fragrance for women. Oh, what's it called? Sensational. Oh, that's awesome. That's really, yeah, that's like sin, like, S-E-N, sin. That's cool. Like, no. Sin. S-I-N. Sin. Sensational. Imagine how they gonna look at you in a church. I'm just saying. Talking about some Philippians 4:13. I'm just saying. You know what's interesting? You remember, and people say this a lot. They talk about how, Jesus was talking about gods on earth and whatnot. I want to read this real quick. This is Psalm 82. Psalm 82. It says, God has taken his place in the divine council. In the midst of the gods, he holds judgment. How long will you judge unjustly and show partiality to the wicked? Give justice to the weak and the fatherless. Maintain the right of the afflicted and the destitute. Rescue the weak and the needy. Deliver them from the hand of the wicked. They have neither knowledge nor understanding. They walk about in darkness. All the foundations of the earth are shaken. I said, you are gods, sons of the Most High, all of you. Nevertheless, like men, you shall die and fall like any prince. Arise, O God, judge the earth, for you shall inherit all the nations. So this is not completely the same thing, right? Because this is talking about how God viewed the judges during that time as gods on earth, because they were essentially acting on God's behalf in delivering judgment to the people. And they also had a lot of power and a lot of influence, right? So they were perceived as like gods on earth, lowercase g, right? So obviously, different context to what I assume Future is talking about in his song. But the same part that I thought was very interesting, I think applies here. Nevertheless, like men, you shall die and fall like any prince. So let's see how much of a God you really are. Let's see. Because my God defeated death. Let's see how much of a God you really are. Because the only thing it seems like is a God as it relates to your life. The only thing I see God in your life is the fact that your God is money and that you're willing to do any and everything to make money as much as you possibly can. Even if that means marketing a product as sensational to imply that there is positive aspects of sin in order to potentially produce a profit in the marketplace. This is how far you're willing to go. To call yourself a God here on earth, this is how far you're willing to go. This is the perception that a lot of people have. To believe that you have things and that you're rich and that you're wealthy, and to think that that is the only measure to determine whether or not you're blessed. Aside from what you do, who you are, the service that you provide to other people, the love that you give to other people, the relationship that you have with God, put all of that aside. The only thing these individuals care about is money and power and all of the luxuries and sin that come with it. And by their measure, that is considered blessed. But let's see how blessed you really are once all of that is gone. Because you can't take it with you. You can't use any of that to negotiate with God. He doesn't care about any of that stuff. It's dirt to him. It's insignificant. The things that we hold to be so valuable here on earth, from a monetary standpoint, from a material possession standpoint, is insignificant to God. You can't take those and negotiate with him as to why you should be with him for all of eternity. So, going back to the original point of this video, Future expands his empire and debuts Sensational, a sensual new fragrance for women. I should send y'all an invoice for real, because I just gave y'all a whole dedicated brand deal video. I should really send y'all an invoice. I might do that. Let me know what y'all think. Oh man, this is crazy. Let me know what y'all think. Get in my comments, like this video. I'm out, y'all.